What is going on, guys? The Difference is All Gaming with my review of Akame Got Feels. That's right, Akame Got Feels, not kills, because this right here was a very feelsy episode, and holy crap, the episode was freaking amazing. But this right here is my review of Akame Got Feels, Akame Got Killed, my bad, you know, that right there with an accident. But this right here is my review of Akame Got Killed, episode 8 review. And like I said, this episode right here, it was incredible. Not only did we get some pretty good fights, we got some major character development for Tatsumi. And not to mention, we got quite a few deaths as well. Now, we got 2 deaths here, you know, of the 3 beasts, you know, now they're all dead. And we also got a pretty major death here when it came to Bulat, because that right there was like such an important character, and like the bromance he had going on with Tatsumi, that right there was like touching so far. But for him, you know, to just die like that, it was pretty messed up, because you would think that like maybe he could have made it out there, but if he wasn't poisoned, and let's say that he still gave, you know, like Tatsumi, you know, the Imperial Alarm, I'm pretty sure Bulat, you know, could have still been alive right there. So it definitely sucked that he's gone, because to be honest, I like Bulat. He was definitely one of my, you know, like most enjoyable characters in the series. So for him to go out like that, to me, it definitely hit pretty hard. But the episode itself, it starts off where we have, you know, Lever, or like Liver, whatever you want to say. We have him now. He actually reveals his Imperial Arm, which is like this this ring, but it kind of has like a dragon head on it, and this right here allows him to actually, you know, like control water, and that right there is pretty freaking OP, especially when you consider the area that they're in, because obviously we saw how powerful he can be. And so now we have the other guy, I forgot his name, but you know, it's the guy with the flute. We have him now, and he actually was going to attack Bulat as well. But we have Tatsumi, even though, you know, he was hurt from the battle with the third beast. We see that he was actually going to take on, you know, the flute guy, and that right there was impressive, because he had wanted to fight and not rely on Bulat, you know, all the time. So that right there was like pretty good when it came to him. And so now that they were fighting, we see now that this flute, it is pretty sturdy, because we saw that it was not breaking at all. Even though it was like going up against a sword, it actually did not get any damage. So that right there was impressive. But as they were fighting, we go back to Bulat and Lever, and we see that when they were fighting, this guy is just like, this guy would seem unbeatable on water, because we saw him make like this huge dragon, I mean, this like huge serpent at first, and Bulat, you know, did you know, strike that pretty easily. But then like when he was in the air, he got hit with like all these water attacks, and that right there was impressive. Like, not only that, we saw now that when Liver brought out his like ultimate technique with like all these multiple dragons, and Bulat took them all, that right there was crazy. But what the thing is though, he actually survived that, and we see now that Bulat, he was going in for that kill hit, and we see that the flute guy, he actually intervened and made Bulat focus on him. And so we actually saw that like Tatsumi, he actually lost to this guy, which is like pretty shocking, because you would think, you know, somebody with a flute cannot be that strong, and yet Tatsumi lost. So that right there was disappointing. But now we see that when Bulat, you know, Imperial Arm, it actually goes away. We see now that his body is actually, you know, it's pretty messed up. It's like pretty banged up. We saw that the armor itself was like messed up, but we also see that even though Bulat was hurt, Lever was also hurt as well, because we saw that like he was bleeding from his ear, and because he was using, you know, such powerful techniques to take out Bulat, that right there was like also destroying his own body. So it goes to show you, you know, even though these Imperial Arms, they are pretty impressive, and it can be, you know, somewhat overpowered. If your body can't handle it, then you obviously, you know, can't use it for long. And so now we see they like had no choice but to use their fists, or their swords, as they say, because and we see now that like that Lever, he had this like ace up his sleeve somewhat, where he actually, you know, injected some kind of serum into his body, and at first, you know, it was only supposed to make his body stronger, and but now we see like he had a sword as well on him, and we also have Bulat here pulling out his own sword. And to me, that right there was kind of weird because I have no idea how in the world he could keep a sword, and that in that sword piece is like, to me that was kind of weird. But overall, it could be easily overlooked like that. But now they were going at it, and we see Bulat. This guy is a freaking monster. I love this guy. Not only did he destroy that sword, but he also inflicted this wound on Lever that made all their blood come out. But now we see that when that blood came out, he had this secret ace up his sleeve where he can actually use his blood as well. And we see that he made all these blades of blood, and we see that even though Bulat was cutting through some of them did actually impale his body. So that right there was definitely unfortunate, because we learned now that not only what was those wounds not really fatal, but they had the poison in it that actually made it fatal. So obviously, we have a Lever who dies because he was the one that put the poison in the system in the first place. But we have Bulat dying as well. And I also forgot to mention that Lever here, he actually tried to sway Bulat to join them, which is kind of stupid because there's no way that would happen. But now we actually learned that even though he does serve SDEF, he still hates the Empire. So it goes to show you how much he's putting hatred aside to work with somebody like SDEF. But we actually learned the reason why he is serving her, the real reason, and it's pretty much that he idolized her. So it goes to show you how big of an impression that SDEF made on his life, because that right there convinced him to follow her. And we saw that he wouldn't do anything for her. But obviously, with him dead and Bulat dying, Tatsumi here was thinking that it was all over. But we have that trap guy coming in there once again, and we actually learned not only can his flute affect other people, but his own body as well. And we just saw this guy pretty much just hulk up. And that right there, it was crazy. But we also saw that Tatsumi, he was the only one that could do anything. But we have Bulat here, in his final moments, he passed on, his imperial alarm, the Incursio. I'm probably saying that wrong, but you guys know what I'm talking about. He passed it on to Tatsumi, and we have the enemy here trying to stop him from using it. And we have Bulat, even though he's dying, he stands up and he just punches the hell out of Tatsumi, because it's to be honest, Tatsumi definitely had that coming, because it is stupid to listen to the enemy words right now when we have to fight for your life. And so now we see that the reason why Tatsumi could put this on, it was because when he first saw Bulat put it on, he has such this awesome expression, awesome impression. And not only that, Tatsumi had been training for a long time now. He's been training pretty much since he joined Night Raid, so his body could definitely handle it. And so now we see that when he does put it on, the Imperial alarm, it actually evolves. And we see now that the beast that it was made from, like his flesh, it is still alive actually, and right now it was evolving and adapting, to Tatsumi fighting style in his body, so that way it can be used to its max potential. And so now we see that when Tatsumi and the trap actually clash together, we see Tatsumi pull off this impressive punch, and he pretty much just wrecked this guy, and that right there was awesome. And now when the fight was over, we had Bulat. He was watching, all this time he watched over Tatsumi, and he knew right now that things were definitely going to be good after he passed away, because he could tell that with Tatsumi's strength, now with this level, even though it was the first time using the Imperial alarm, he can tell that when he master it, he will surpass Bulat. And that right there will be so freaking insane when it happens. But now Bulat passes on, and we have Tatsumi who turns back and looking down at him. And obviously, right now Tatsumi just feeling so emotional. He feels pretty much destroyed, because his bro, his now his now assassin bro had now left him. And so obviously Tatsumi had every right to cry, and those feels, you know, they definitely get to you. But then we cut to like this group, and but more importantly, you know, this one girl, and she was like sitting on this pile of like dead bodies, and she was just eating these snacks so casually. But now one of her I guess subordinates, they had like told her that like she was called to the capital because right now she's gonna be one of these 6 members that will like join this group. And so right away, you know, like this girl, when she hears that like she's going back to the capital, she thinks about, you know, like if she was to hear her sister again. And obviously, you know, that girl right there, Kurumi, it should obviously tell you know who her sister is. Now, in case some of you don't know, then I won't say it. But if you do know, then obviously you know what's about to go down, especially when they come face to face. But this episode right here, especially, you know, like what happened, you know, between the action, the character development, the story progression, I have to give it a 10 out of 10 because that right there, it freaking deserves it. Especially with those feels right there, because like when you get those kind of feels, you definitely know that a series is like doing something right. So to me, it's definitely justified. But of course, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. And as always, please have a good like video and subscribe because it really helps me out. And you guys take it easy. And I will see you all next time.